Every single spring, there's this incredible drama that unfolds all around us. It's this world of just breathtaking beauty, really strange rituals, and some seriously intense competition. So today, we're going to dive into the absolutely fascinating love dance of wild birds. Have you seen some of this stuff? From an elegant, coordinated dance to a pretty comical-looking head dunk, these behaviors can seem, well, just plain bizarre. So you gotta wonder, what is the point of all this effort? It's a great question, and it gets right to the very heart of survival itself. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
All right, so as the world starts to warm up, the stage is set. It's the mating season. For birds, spring is when it all happens, and the males kick off these really elaborate performances to try and capture the attention of a potential mate.
But here's the thing. Behind every beautiful song, behind every dazzling display of feathers, there's this powerful biological drive. The ultimate goal of this whole dance isn't just about finding a partner for the season. No, it's about passing on their genes. It's about making sure their species continues.
So, what exactly is courtship behavior? Well, it is so much more than just a simple hello. You should think of it more like a really sophisticated language, a super fast series of signals and tests that are designed to communicate a ton of information in a very short amount of time. And what's he trying to say with all this? Essentially, he's putting his entire resume on display. His whole performance needs to prove 4 crucial things to the female: that he's healthy, that he has great genes, that he's a survivor who can adapt, and maybe most importantly, that he's going to be a reliable partner who can provide for their future family.
Okay, so how in the world do they prove all that? This is where it gets really cool. Birds have evolved this incredible toolbox of appeal techniques. Let's take a look at the main strategies they use to try and win a mate's affection.
So these amazing behaviors, they basically fall into 4 main categories. You've got song, dance, gifts, and displays. You can think of each one as a different kind of test, a unique challenge that's designed to show off a very specific set of skills and qualities. Let's break them down.
First up, we've got song. Now, a bird song is way more than just a pretty tune. Turns out, the more complex the song, the more fit the male probably is. Take the Japanese bush warbler. It sings this incredibly intricate melody. And doing that proves to the female that he's smart, has high cognitive function, and that he's healthy enough to actually master something that difficult. It's kind of like a vocal IQ test.
Next is dance, and this is a pure physical challenge. And it can be anything from the super graceful synchronized ballet of the red-crowned crane to the, kind of goofy-looking head dunking of a mallard duck. But either way, these dances are like a strenuous physical exam. They take a ton of energy, and they show off stamina, coordination, and vitality, all to prove the male is in absolute peak physical condition.
And then you have the appeal by gifts. A male finch might show up with a tasty caterpillar, or a black-tailed gull might offer a fish. Now, this isn't just some romantic gesture. It's a really practical demonstration of his skills as a provider. A good gift proves he can find food, sure, but also that he's good enough at it to have extra to share. It's basically a direct audition for the role of family breadwinner.
And finally, the really spectacular displays. The peacock's tail is, of course, the classic example. Biologists have this great name for it: the handicap principle. See, that massive, gorgeous tail is actually a huge burden. It's heavy, it makes it hard to escape from predators, and that's the whole point. If a male can not only survive, but actually thrive with a handicap like that, it's an unmistakable, honest-to-goodness signal that he must have amazing genes and incredible health.
All right, so we've seen all these impressive techniques, but what's the deeper logic that connects all of them? Well, it really all comes down to one thing: revealing a male's true worth as a potential partner.
See, from the female's point of view, picking a mate is a massive investment. She really can't afford to make a bad choice. And that is why she so carefully checks out every song, every dance, and every gift. It's all just evidence of his ability to help her successfully raise their young.
So the whole selection process is pretty logical. First, she just observes the performance. Second, she evaluates what that performance tells her about his health and his skills. And then finally, she picks the partner who seems like the best possible bet for the future of her offspring. It really is a high-stakes decision. You can almost picture her going through a mental checklist, right? Is he healthy enough to grow those bright, elaborate feathers? Does that complex song really prove he's smart? Does this gift actually show he can provide for a family? Even things like having a good territory is part of the display, because it proves he can provide a safe home. Every single appeal technique answers a critical question on her list.
Now, what's so incredible about all this is it's really hard not to see some familiar patterns here. This high-stakes world of bird courtship, it has some surprisingly direct parallels with our own human behaviors.
I mean, think about it. In the bird world, males are using songs and gifts and displays to signal their genetic quality and how resourceful they are. In human society, and of course, it's way more complex for us, but things like appearance, a person's abilities, and even their economic power often play a role when people are selecting partners. That underlying idea of demonstrating your fitness and your ability to provide, you can see echoes of that across the animal kingdom.
And you know what the best part is? You don't need to go on some big safari to witness all of this. This incredible drama is literally happening right in your own backyard. That little sparrow you see trembling for a mate, or a pigeon puffing at its chest on the sidewalk. These are all actors on nature's grand stage, each one performing their part in this ancient, beautiful dance.
So the next time you're outside and you hear a bird singing, I really hope you think about this. You're not just hearing a simple melody. You're hearing a resume. You're hearing a promise and a passionate plea for the future. You're hearing a story. So what kind of story will you hear?